All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back again for the final game of the evening. It is Switzerland taking on Algeria for the right to advance in the round of 16. The winner of this game will move on and meet the winner of Colombia and Ghana tomorrow night to see who will meet in the round of 16. It is Switzerland who won their group. No, pardon me, Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland who won their group. And I believe they're taking this game takes place in Canada as well, taking on Algeria, who is a third place finisher, if I'm not mistaken, in their group. Austria took an L earlier. Let's see if Algeria can maybe fight back. By the way, Captain Espanol put 200 said, "Year, what's going on?" Very, very controversial finish in the last game. Who do you got? Switzerland, Algeria. Only one team can advance. Gamer said, you've been drinking, but you're going for Algeria. Okay. By the way, what were your guys' thoughts on the end of Portugal and Croatia? I rewatched the replay, and I'm not going to hold you. There's a chip in the ball that claims that the Croatian player did make contact with the ball. But we watched in real time and in that super slow motion. I don't think there was actual contact. I should say, I think there was contact. I think there was contact, and potentially there may have been a mistake. There may have been a mistake. But they shouldn't have even been in that situation because the whistle should have been blown. The whistle should have been blown. I think ibuprofen just to try to make sure there's no super inflammation here. You thought it was an own goal. It looked like it was an own goal. But here we are. And Croatia is eliminated. I think Portugal certainly earned the right to win. I've posted the clip on Instagram, and I'm not going to hold you. There are incredibly retarded individuals who happen to, frequent the social media streets, despite the fact that I touched on every single talking point that there was. Still, people comment before they even watch the entirety of the video. Yeah, the game shouldn't have went on that long. The game should not have went on that long. But all right, Algeria is going to have a chance, right? Oh my God, a weak-ass fucking strike right there from Algeria. You got to be kidding me. This is the knockout stage of the World Cup in the round of 32. The hell was that weak-ass strike? What was that weak-ass strike? Oh my God. That was god-awful. God-awful. Who that? For life, Chris Baton said Belgium will save us next week. Mark my words. Oh, by the way, while I was during the break just going over the rules of football, also making sure I can post across social media as well. I did go and head over to my friend's house to go and grab that United States jersey. So I went to go get one of my own. I'm a man of my word. So I went to go grab that United States jersey. So if you guys take a look there at the details, you can see, I think it should focus here. You can see all of the states are there on the jersey. All of the states, South Dakota, Indiana's right there, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Montana, Oklahoma, Vermont, everything, Hawaii over here, Tennessee, Delaware, Nevada, all across the jersey. So I went over there to go get one of the U.S. jerseys, my Haiti jersey downstairs. I got the one for my father as well. That's sitting at the crib for him. And you got the two Eagles on the side. I'm 100% wearing this at a barbecue tomorrow that I'll be attending. So that's why I'm missing the second half of Egypt and Australia because I already had a pre-planned attendance of, oh my God, bro, he just tripped the hell out of it. Oh my, there's no way you don't get a penalty there. That's ridiculous. But yeah, so I'll be representing out there. Who that for life? Chris said, don't wear it. Don't give in to the genjutsu. He said, don't give in to the genjutsu. Edgar said, you can't hear me. You're at a concert, but you had to hop in to continue the stream streak. Hope the game is a good one. Congrats on the jersey. Edgar, which concert is it? Hopefully you can read my lips. I doubt that you can't. Why am I whispering? Like he can't. What concert is it? Let us know what concert it happens to be. Wear it to Monday Night Football. Oh, I definitely can do that. I mean, I've already said the type of person that I am, anything that I own, I wear. It don't matter what the situation is. Anything I own, I wear. I don't need an excuse to wear it. If I was a woman and I got married, I'm probably in that wedding dress monthly, if not quarterly. You know, I should say quarterly, if not monthly. It doesn't make sense to me that people try to go find occasions in order to go and wear some shit. You got free will. Put that shit on. Obviously, there's times and a place. Don't be like the new age harlots where, all right, you're wearing lingerie outside. That's ridiculous. Or in the case of there's sometimes where fellas, let's call a spade for my urban youth that just so happen to be out there. Ain't no reason why you going to an upscale restaurant. You out here in shorts, or potentially you out here wearing sweats and shit. Let's get it together. Come on now. Come on now. But that being said, you got your shit, you put your shit on. You put your shit on. Saturday night main event will be taking place in New York City in a couple of weeks. In Madison Square Garden, but I don't believe I'll be attending that particular Saturday. It will be Fanatics Fest, so most likely on that Saturday evening, I think I can try to politic and build relationship with folks that are out there. So it would probably behoove me to find myself attending maybe an after party or something of that nature while out there. So I will not be live for that Saturday night main event. Edgar said, you put your phone to the ear so you can hear me ask the question. You're at Warren Zaders, a country singer. Oh, interesting. Never heard of that individual. Hopefully you're having a good time. Lil G said, play the Joey Diaz clip in honor of the jersey. Well, maybe on Monday. Maybe on Monday. All right, here comes Algeria. Nothing's there for them. There's the swing pass to the outside. Let me try to get these players situated over here. Oh, interception. Good job right there. Defense there from Switzerland. They're going back the other way. Oh, watch out now. Here comes Switzerland. Switzerland moving. They got that Swiss chocolate in their spirit. Beautiful pass over. And there's the finish. Switzerland off the power of the chocolate. The tag team of the Negroes. It's as if it's Harlem Heat that just so happened to be out here representing the Swiss. And evidently when you took out the Swiss cheese, you took a look at that slice and you saw holes. There were craters. There happened to be voids in the defense of Algeria. The Swiss just parted the damn gap, and they made sure they fill it with a goal right off the foot of Embolo with the score to give the Swiss a 1-0 lead in the 10th minute. Flex on them, young man, because you just scored a goal. Manzambi with a magnificent dribble all the way through the defense. He had Algeria looking as if they were doing the salsa. They're out there in Canada. I don't know what dance they do in Canada, but Manzambi had the damn Algerians struggling to mess around and play a little bit of defense, and then he found his boy right there, Mbola, put it right into the back of the net to give the Swiss a 1-0 lead. Algeria already on their heels. The Swiss Army took out their knives, and they have currently began the process of stabbing the Algerians because they've scored and strike blood first. What a job. Already on the board. already on the board. Hell of a job there from the Swiss. Early score here. And Moule with the goal to put them out in front. The FIFA president's made his way to this game. I'm sure he certainly is going to have something to say this past weekend, this upcoming weekend. Grant said you're still hungover from the Croatia loss. 2 bottles of whiskey down, 1 more to go. I can't wait to have a drink. I can't wait to have a drink after this half marathon. Tomorrow I'll probably be able to go and indulge, only because I'll find myself, at a pool party. So it'd be foolish for myself not to go and indulge. But that will be the only time that I'll be able to have myself a drink until post this half marathon. Still gonna have to figure out how I can make this stream happen. So I'm going to, it's either tomorrow or it's Saturday, and I'm not gonna hold you. I think because this game is going so late into the evening, I might have to go to the track on Saturday morning to try to give it a shot to see if there's stabilization with the camera for the that I can attempt for this half marathon stream. I'm gonna have to try. So we'll have to give that a shot. Chocolate in their spirit, beautiful pass over, and there's the finish. Oh, Algeria, another failure. Beautiful pass over, and there's the finish. Boy, yo, these ibuprofen's gonna need to work overtime, fam. My voice is not returning. All right. Where is my, there it is. Let's get Switzerland goal and get that started. Mr. Don, thanks for the content. Thank you very much, Malco. Shout out to Malco, 8477. I appreciate you. Algeria or algebra? Need to call the fuck down. Algeria or algebra? Need to calm down. Zidane's son getting disowned. Oh yeah, because he is the goalkeeper for Algeria. If I remember correctly, there was a whole lot of controversy about his appearance here at the World Cup. Oh my God, here comes the Swiss once again, getting another opportunity. Zidane's son about to getting, oh no, there's a save. There's a save. There's a save. Switzerland almost had another strike right there. I believe that was Zakaria. Oh my God. The Swiss getting exposed early. Oh damn, there's another, or I should say the Swiss exposing them early. But they're seeing, oh shit. The man who just provided the assist is currently right now on the ground here. Find out what's going on with him. What happened? They're already on the board. Switzerland already on the board. Oh, I guess he got to come off the pitch. The Swiss score early. Our subscribers really do invite me to their weddings. Do they really invite me to their weddings? I can show you better than I can tell you. The only one that I'm missing from here is let's see, we got, is this all five? Damn, the only ones I'm missing is Jay Troy. But I got Macho Time. This one is the invite to the wedding. This one's for Macho Time, friend of the stream. This is the first one. Mr. GH2. This one's the second one over here. I'll cover up the intimate information. But this is the second one over here to save the date. That's number 2. Number 3, Jay Troy. Shout out to my boy Wildcat Jay Troy. It wasn't a physical one, it was text message. I don't have that one. But I have the photo of us. Matter of fact, I could probably pull that one up. Sorry, let me, because I could always show you better than I could tell you. Yeah, I could always show you better than I could tell you. Yeah, this is the wedding here with Jay Troy, and I actually gifted them a custom championship. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Algeria, damn, Algeria's gonna lose the ball here. They're gonna lose the ball here. Wait for Algeria to go and recover. We're gonna get back right into it. Oh, damn, they're gonna deny that. Switzerland's gonna knock that out. But yeah, I can show you better than I can tell you. That's myself. Jay Troy with his beautiful white sable. I got them a custom wedding championship with their photos of them because I already knew them. He was one of my first subscribers who ever pulled up to me in public. So that's my boy. Shout out to my man's Jay Troy. Next, my boy Robert and his beautiful wife Alexandria. I actually had the benefit of being able to marry the two of them. So as the officiant, so I appreciate them. I had a chance to go marry the two of them. That was awesome. And then lastly, this past May, I want to cover up the intimate information. Oh, there we go. My boy Dorian and his wife Carolyn. So I had a chance to go to their wedding out there in Ohio. So of the locations, Macho was in South Carolina. Mr. GH2 was out in Atlanta. Jay Troy was in Queens, in New York. For Robert and Alexandria was in Long Island. And then ultimately Long Island, New York. And then ultimately I flew down to, I flew west, or I should say middle America, to Ohio for Carolyn and Dorian. So yeah, so I pull up for my subscribers' weddings and their stuff. So that's awesome. I appreciate that. Matt put 5 on and said, I bet I haven't been asked this. Do I have a sister or not? If I would have, how different would I be today if I had a sister or not? I don't have a blood sister. One of my closest friends from high school, I call her Sis Adonis. If you guys who have been longtime subscribers of the channel, you may have seen her in some of the videos of the vlogs from like 9 years ago. Like when I went to the Philly parade, she was there with me. When I called in one of the marble races, when I said like, yo, if you win, your sister gives you $100, I called her. So shout out to Sis Adonis. So no, I don't have a blood sister, but we've been very, very cool since high school. So pretty much half our lives, if you will. We're 32 now. So we met when we were what, 16, 15? Yeah, she still do owe me $100. We actually trying to set something up. I might be going to a Mets game on the 31st of July. We'll probably be together there. And every wrestling show that you see me at, I'm with her. Every wrestling show that you see me at, I'm with her. So yeah, that's what I would constitute there as my sister. And she owed me $100. Now, if I had a blood sister, how different do I think my life would have been? I don't see how my life would be different. I don't know how my life would be different. Like perhaps if I had a single mother, maybe my life would be different. Having a sister, I don't think there would have been a difference in my life just having another sibling. I don't know if that would change anything. Maybe if I'm the youngest sibling between myself and the unchiseled Adonis, despite the fact that I consider myself the younger, or I should say, I consider my elder younger brother because I have more of the big brother energy, if you will, as they would define that. But if I had a older sister or maybe a younger sister, I don't think that would change anything for me. All right, but we're at the 21st minute over here. At least I don't know. I don't know if that changes stuff. People who happen to have sisters or have more than just one sibling, you can let that be known. And of course, with the unknown Adonis, also not necessarily by blood. Funny enough, we were gonna do the Native American, like slice the hand and then kind of go and have like that handshake there. But because I remember, I forget where I watched that. Was it Last of Mohicans? I don't think it was, but I forget where it was. Where like you cut your hand and kind of like bam, and now you're brothers. We were gonna do that, but then ultimately he had he got sick, in 2020, so we couldn't do it. So we were postponing until he got better, but it never happened. So there is that. Yeah, blood oath, if you will. And me and the unchiseled Adonis still have to fight to see who's going to be the head of the family. It is me. It's unequivocally me. But he was going to be the referee of the fight. So now, I don't even know if I'm still going to do it. I still have to. I have to whip the unchiseled Adonis ass. I got a lot of trauma. One way or another, Spain or Portugal. Still, I'm going to lean towards Spain. The heart wants Portugal to to advance for the plot. The heart wants Portugal to advance for the plot, but the brain is telling me it will be.
You don't find that
it
suspicious.
Will be Spain. So we'll find out.
You don't find that suspicious.
Kazama's_Keyblade rated my stream with 1 viewers.
Shout out to Kazama. Kazama's Keyblade rating the stream. Shout out to Kazama's. I appreciate you, family. All right, we're waiting on that whistle here for the hydration break. Referee is not blowing the whistle. Here's an opportunity for Algeria, but just an overshot pass. We should be getting the whistle right now, and we are not. Switzerland is advancing at the moment, and they're going to give them one other opportunity to go get a surge before the end of the hydration break. Referee being incredibly lenient here, just like the referee at the end of the Portugal and Croatia game. For whatever reason, the officials not blowing the whistle for the hydration break, despite the fact that we're about to get to the 24th minute. Switzerland trying to see if they can find an opening here. Back and forth passes. They've reset all the way back to midfield. We've got to get the whistle now. We've got to get the whistle now. Oh my God, bro, what is going on? The referees aren't blowing the whistle for the hydration break. We're now across the 24th minute. It's got booted to send up a throw in. We should get the whistle right now. We should get the whistle right now. They're so inconsistent. I'm so confused. They're so inconsistent. I'm so confused. I guess they're going to give him this last surge that's here. Captain Espanol put 2 on, said, we acknowledge you, Chiseled Adonis. Thank you very much. It's going to be a throw in here for the Swiss. The referees are not going to blow the whistle for the hydration break. They're going to give Switzerland one other opportunity to possibly extend their lead. Passes to the left-hand side of the field. A very long shot is going to be wide to the right there. The attempt came off of the toes of Rodriguez, but it's not good, and that will send us to the first hydration break of this game. If Ronaldo doesn't score any goals, is he still in the conversation with Messi for the GOAT status? I think Messi certainly is. You can't deny that these are two of the greatest players. Like this is the way I would put it. Both of them are Mount Rushmore players. And if you really, because you have to go by eras, the era of the 21st century has been dominated by Messi and Ronaldo. Can we agree? Can we agree? The two of them are head and shoulders ahead of all of their contemporaries. Nobody else is close, right? There are people who are ascending. You have other goal scorers who have certainly, scored a ton, whether it be Lewandowski, I think that's how it's pronounced. Lewandowski, he scored a ton of goals. Zlatan scored a ton of goals. Suarez scored a ton of goals. You have people whose careers are kind of halved. Whether it had been Zidane, Ronaldo, Romario, I think his career had ended towards the early portion of the 2000s. Cafu, Kaká, all those different people, but they're not on that level that's there. Rolandinho, unfortunately, didn't reach the heights, albeit the talent was there, but didn't make it all the way to where we're talking about GOAT status, if you will. You have other miscellaneous players who have played incredibly well, but are they on the level of Ronaldo and Messi in the 21st century? No. That being said, you can't deny how great Messi's been across the board as an all-around player. Ronaldo, from a striking perspective, You can't deny him. Now, albeit Pinaldo and all the other stuff that they happen to throw out there certainly does benefit heavily on the penalties, but Messi not only is second all time with the goals scored, where is he with the assists? Number one. He's got a total of 900 plus, I think like 920 some, fucking goals, and then you add on the assists, you're responsible for like 1,300 some points, unheard of. He's leagues in front of Ronaldo in that retrospect. And then overall titles and Ballon d'Ors and country success and all that other stuff. It's for me, it's Messi all the way. But again, I'm a noob in the realm of football. So maybe I could be wrong. No, when you talk about trajectory, Mbappe is certainly on his way. Who is the Messi and Ronaldo in the NBA and NFL? Steph Curry, LeBron, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Or you can go LeBron Jordan, and then LeBron Jordan, Brady Manning. LeBron Jordan, Brady Manning. I was thinking of today's, NBA, because of course LeBron in this generation is the best player unequivocally. However, Stephen Curry also has the same level of achievement from a team perspective that you can't deny. If you're the guy, somebody else can't eat off the plate while you're there. And Jordan kind of established that, because once you made it to the 90s, nobody else had won when he was there, albeit, the Rockets did get that W in 95. Jordan came back and lost against Orlando. Never going to deny that. He didn't play the whole season, but nonetheless, he was on the court wearing the 23 and he lost, right? That being said, nobody ate off the plate really when he was at his apex. Unfortunately for Bron, number of people got a chance to go eat off your plate. When you became the guy, and unfortunately for him, I think that happened after the series against San Antonio the first time. You lose against Dallas in an egregious series that can never get overlooked. 8 points in the fourth quarter, ridiculous. And I'm a Heat fan. I experienced it.
Gotcha, bitch.
Losing
Sir John
against San
Brown
Antonio
is
the
now
second
following.
time, Wade and Bosh simply weren't available. Losing against Golden State the first time, Love and Irving wasn't available. I can't necessarily, fault you heavily for that. 2017, Durant just pretty much, dropped it in your face, pause, on back-to-back, years from the same spot in game threes. But 2017, you played against the best team assembled since the 2001 Lakers. Actually, this might be the best, team assembled ever, truly. They're probably a top 3 team in the history of the NBA, just from a dominance, perspective. In 2018, you dragged, plumbers, if you will, there. But who ate off the plate? Curry. Xander said, you like Mbappe, but whatever he does, he'll never be the same player talent-wise as Messi. I'm not gonna hold you. I think he's got enough time to go and maybe change your mind. Because remember, he's 27. Mbappe's 27, right? And remember, we're talking about
Kylian dictador, Kylian dictador, Kylian dictador, Kylian dictador, Kylian Mbappé, Kylian dictador, el que manda en el campo, el hombre de fe. Kylian Mbappé, Kylian dictador, si yo pido el trono yo ya lo tomé.
So that's who we're talking about over here. Great run right there from Switzerland, but unfortunately Vargas could not finish there. So we're talking about Mbappe. I would say Mbappe is more along the line. Yes. Mbappe is very, very, very comparable to Mahomes. You got the greatest of all time who you would have established, but then here comes the young pup on the scene who is putting up magnificent performance with incredible momentum at a range that only can be Mount Rushmore status, and he's on the way. So Mbappe's on the way, and he's got a ton of time. He's got a ton of time. But if he was able to go and find the success with PSG, and close that out before he departed to go to Real Madrid, I think maybe, folks probably would have definitely acknowledged him, because once he departed and Dembele goes on and, wins the Ballon d'Or, and he's probably on the way to another one after winning back-to-back titles. It's an unfortunate situation because all it took was Mbappe leaving, and then finally, bam, now you got your, your championship there. So that has to be said as well. But he's got time to go and insert himself into that conversation. Oh, that's got to be a foul against Algeria. This is going the other way for Switzerland. We're now into the 33rd minute, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Candace said he might achieve the same level of success, but what you've seen Messi do on the football pitch, no one will ever replicate those skills in our lifetime. Let's see what Lamal. Well, that's the thing. When Rolandinho was doing what he was doing, nobody thought he'd mess around and find somebody who could do what he does. Then here came Messi. And in the case of Messi, here comes Yamal. So we'll see. The beautiful thing about the game is it always evolves as we move forward. And I talk about this in basketball and then also football. 30 years from now, watch how they talk about who we consider to be the greatest. Because 30 years is more than enough time to have a generation and a half, or potentially a generation, 2 generations pass from when that player played. So the upcoming conversation, the bulk share of the people who are speaking are now the younger generation. And you find yourself being the unk or the gramps, like, yo, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all didn't see how great this person was. They was doing this, they was doing that, and everything you saying sounds like it's mythical. So think about it. In basketball, the conversation circling that is somebody like a Wilt Chamberlain, somebody like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, not so much, but kind of. The 80s and back, people who grew up watching that, they in their 50s now. When they try to have a conversation to talk about those folks, and then those who watched Chamberlain in the 60s and the 70s, well, primarily the 60s, you what? You born in what, 1940, 1950? How old are you now? You in your 70s, your 80s. You try to talk to people about basketball, bro, that shit not, it wasn't that great. It always happened. In football, people look at Joe Namath's numbers and they say, yo, this dude was ass. You look at the players of the 70s, all the touchdowns, all of the interceptions, man, this person ain't that great. You a turnover machine, but they don't recognize it was a different game. And it's the same thing that happens across all sports, and it happens in soccer as well. When people is talking about Pele, all of a sudden, they played against plumbers, they played against people who couldn't play. The talent and skill-wise wasn't there. It'll always happen. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Oh, it's going to be a yellow card. Yellow card on Algeria. Free kick coming right now for Switzerland. And Isaiah Thomas did some irreparable damage to Larry Bird's stock by having that quote of saying if he was black, he'd just be another guy, because people still quote that shit till this day when you knew Isaiah was bitter. And Isaiah apologized for it because he was bitter in the moment, but it doesn't matter. The moment it leaves your lips, these individuals are going to take shit and run with it. So people still, devalue the greatness of Larry Bird. Yup, Terry Bradshaw, all those different guys, they don't get their credit. Ken Stabler. It's going to be a free kick opportunity here for the Swiss. It will be Vargas who will be taking the attempt here. They're going to give the free kick opportunity here for the Swiss. It will be Vargas who will take the attempt at the 36th minute. He's going to hang that up to potentially get a header, but it's going to go out of the back. Oh, boy, they were just trying to see if they could get another opportunity. Zakaria had a chance there, but just off target. Which one of the Swiss actually got their head on the ball there? I think it was Zakaria. Let's see here. Yes, it was Zakaria, and also another Algerian that also got their hands on that ball as well. Missed opportunity there for the Swiss. Money Moore. Oh, wow, Money Moore, how you been? Said, this is going to sound stupid, but what's the difference between a free kick and a penalty kick? It's just a matter of the location. Penalty kick happens inside of the box, and it's you and the goalie. Free kick, it's from, I guess, the play side of the field, the non-play side and the play side of the field. I know that sounds stupid. I don't know what the actual terminology is, but that's the best way I can explain it. I'm still a noob in this, so bear with me. But the free kick is when the opposing team can now set up and assemble a wall to obstruct your opportunity to get a strike, but you're pretty much given a free shot without a defender in front of you to attempt to try to make something happen. Denial, therefore, Algeria, bro, this Switzerland is continuing to get opportunities here. Algeria is going to clear this out, and they're going to go back the other way. We're now into the 38th minute. Hassan Spatoon said, good night, Chiseled. Did I catch the AEW pay-per-view? Absolutely not. No opportunity did I get to tune in. Now, albeit I did have more time today than I have had all week. But in the morning, I was resting, trying to make sure I can maintain, my voice. And then also I was just cleaning up, inside of my room. So I did not get a chance to watch Forbidden Door, I believe it was, right? So I'll have to check it out. 1205 for life. Platoon said, who exactly are my top 5 soccer players? I would go Messi, Ronaldo, Pele. Messi, Ronaldo, Pele. Those are my 3. Rolandinho's, personally, one of my favorite who I enjoyed watching as I was entering into high school out of junior high. That's what introduced me. I told the story during the Spain game about growing up watching, Barcelona when I first got cable television in 2008, but they used to run reruns of the 2005 team. And I would see, an incredibly, young Messi. I think it was 2005 or 2006. All I know is Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or that year. And I would watch, highlights and early YouTube in 2006, 2007. When watching the Pokemon edits with the Linkin Park songs, I would also be able to go and see, replays, or I should say highlights of Ronaldinho as well. So I'd have him there, and then ultimately Diego Maradona as well. So that would be my 5. But if I had to move Ronaldinho, it would have to end up being Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, Maradona, and maybe Zidane. But I just wish I had a chance to see more of Zlatan, because I probably added Zlatan in there, because I just think like I would really, really have him as my favorite player. He just seems so fucking cool. R9 seems to have been a beast as well. Bear said, did I already say it was my top 5 all-time NBA players? Jordan, Bron, Kareem. Jordan, Bron, Kareem. Nothing's there. Damn. Jordan, Bron, Kareem. I would go Shaq and Jordan, Bron, Kareem. Magic, Shaq. Wilt, Bam, Kobe. I'm drinking too much water. I got to stop. All right, it's going to be a corner opportunity here for Algeria as we enter into the 41st minute. Another denial there from the Swiss. And now Switzerland's going to get a chance here to go on a run. No, they're not. Algeria can't control the ball. R9 was cut short by injury. He's the greatest striker for you. Yes, he was a spectacular striker from what I saw. Mr. PJ put 10 on and says, Adonis, you just saw my video of me and my father. Made you shed a tear. You're taking your pops to a World Cup game on Sunday. Can't wait to see his reaction. You're an inspiration. How cool is that? Hey, big W to Mr. PJ 75. How cool is that? Hey, W's in the chat for Mr. PJ 75. Yeah, Tim Duncan's a great one right there, too. You can certainly put him in there. I could certainly put him in there. All right. All right. Big shout out to Mr. PJ75 taking your pops to a elimination knockout stage game. Now, if it's taking place on Sunday, I am curious Which of the games are you going to? Will it be Brazil or Norway or Mexico versus England? All right, Algeria, what do you got here? They're attempting to see if they can make a little bit of advancement. Nothing's there. Tyler said, has the NFL contacted me for anything? You only watch my NFL highlights? No. The only contact I've ever received from NFL is takedown requests, or I should say copyright, on YouTube. Oh, a decent shot there from Algeria, but it's denied by the Swiss keeper. Once again, Gobel is right there to make the save. There will be no score. Taking care of Pops on the world stage? Yes, indeed. I actually have to post a Instagram short of that video. It dawned on me, I only had it in long form, and not a lot of people actually know I have YouTube. Like you have no idea the amount of folks who literally will ask me. I talked about it earlier in the previous game. Like, yo, do you stream? Hey, do you do any live stream? Yo, do you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, bro, it takes zero effort to find this stuff out. Like, if I ever came across somebody's content who I liked on Instagram or maybe on Twitter, if it's on Twitch, anywhere on social media, the first thing I do is go check their other social medias. Oh, maybe you have content that's there on Instagram. Maybe I should go check there. Maybe I could go to Twitter. But a lot of times, folks don't do their due diligence. Algeria has a chance here. Come on now, Algeria. Come on now, Algeria. Somebody's got to take a shot. Why would you go for the pass if he's not in position? Algeria might not have the best of chemistry. Algeria may not have the best of chemistry. JVB said, does my subscribers pay for my flight, or do I attend so that I attend their wedding? Or no. Robert and Alexandria actually asked me, how much would it be for me to, go and be the officiant? I'm like, hey, listen, I'll pull up. Don't even worry about nothing. Don't even worry about nothing. Come on now. You take time out of your day to sacrifice minutes, hours even, to tune into the content, whether it be from a standalone video or dedicate hours to a live stream to just hear me yap, and bloviate and pontificate, for an extended period of time. So it's only right I can pull up and show up for y'all the way y'all show up for me. I don't know if that makes me stupid, if that means that I'm not, lining my pockets the way I could, but I don't mind. Is Twitch considered social media? Yes. As long as there's an act, like, for example, the essence of what social media is supposed to be is there's supposed to be an element of being social. I treat our live stream as if we're all at the school lunch table and we're having a conversation. I may not know what y'all faces look like, but for me, y'all accounts are more than just usernames. It's as if you're, as Mike Tomlin would say, a nameless gray face, but you're not a nameless gray face. You're a face that, or I should say you're a name that just simply doesn't have a face, but there's a body that's there. So I envision we're all sitting, and it's not as if I'm on stage and y'all in a crowd somewhere and I'm holding a mic. We all sitting here having a conversation. So the essence of what's social and us conversing, you actually have that.
James the Great
Obviously, if it's a
2527
larger,
is now following.
streamer, if you have a massive amount of audience, maybe you're not speaking to, your chat room because it's a little bit difficult. You'll acknowledge the chat room, but you actually won't engage in a conversation. But of course, that's a different situation. Algeria, oh my God, too slow there on the pass. It's going to get denied. They got 3 extra minutes on the extra time here. They're going to go and see if they can go and clear that out there. Clarence, remember 8 months of your dog, my dog. What's good? How's the games been today? Spectacular. You fuck with this soccer shit. Been watching full games for the first time ever. Go USA. Indeed. Go the US of A. We shall see how they will perform moving forward. Bear said, I just want to give you your flowers, bro. I'm loving this your sports content. Seeing you do sports and WWE is dope. Keep hustling, brother. I appreciate that, especially given that I've said this yesterday. I've been feeling a little bit down in the realm of content creation to a degree, because I know everybody has a different, story and different timeline, but I can't help but observe that I have contemporaries across every single space in content that I may have, participated in that for, oh my God, he missed again. He missed again. Jesus Christ. Algeria keep knocking on the door, but nobody is answering. Nobody is answering. Jesus Christ, man. You've got to score there. Come on, Algeria. Jeez Louise. How do you not finish off the left foot? Completely missed the entire thing. Completely missed the entire thing. Jeez. But I can't help but notice my contemporaries getting brand deals, and not only just brand deals, but then getting opportunities, across the board. And I'm just sitting here like, and the shit that be killing me is, I mean, the way that they package and present it as is, well, the brand reached out to them or the companies reached out to them. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, there's no way they don't see me. But it is what it is. Maybe I got to do a better job, at marketing myself, if you will. So this back half of the year, I'm not going to say things are going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to be way more aggressive in trying to get myself, out there. So I'm not tripping heavily on it, but I certainly will. I will acknowledge this much, and I don't want to sound pessimistic. And I'm probably going to make a video about it. I'll probably have like a short or a reel about it, but I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I do have to acknowledge in, life, when you go on the quest to try to find success, success also includes failure, right? So if you're open to potentially being successful, you also have to be open to the possibility of failing. Just because you attempt doesn't mean that you will, win. There are people who have played their entire life and came up short. There's folks who are playing professional sports who, despite being incredibly great, they just never could go and win the championship. That could be my story. I could be somebody who was very good, maybe never great. Maybe I could be somebody who's great, but never made it to the other side. So I also acknowledge that as well. But does that mean that I'm going to stop working? No, I'm going to keep grinding. But I also acknowledge, hey, maybe it's just not in the cards for me. Maybe I may potentially just be the person who, for all intents and purposes, is like, yo, you remember what's his name? Yo, I remember that dude. Yeah, what are you up to? Man, whatever happened to this guy? Yeah, maybe that could be my story. So it is what it is. And they said both those guys keep occupying the same spaces. 22 needs backup to play the top of the box. Yeah, that's where I think there's miscommunication. Once they get in for the halftime, they're going to have a conversation. But we've made it to the half of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Switzerland in front with an early goal from Mbolo in the 10th minute to give them the lead. Did I see how the striker didn't touch the ball for the Croatia match? Yes, I have a video that I posted about it. Ooh, did I post it on YouTube? I don't know if I did. Let me see if I posted it on YouTube. It's definitely on Instagram. Let me see if I have it on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's there on YouTube. I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think it. Yeah, I didn't post it on YouTube. I think. Oh no, it's still going through checks. Blessing around the corner. Just be patient. Trust in the Lord. Indeed. I appreciate those kind words. All right. We're now here at halftime. Let me see if it's going to give any issues here for copyright. How many people are up for this? I'm curious if the Switzerland game has the same level of viewership that folks are having across the world for the earlier games because this is probably the latest game that this is probably the latest game that we're going to get in this knockout stage. I don't think we're gonna have another game that's gonna be starting this late. Oh, by the way, hotel and flight is booked for DreamCon, so everything is official, and we are ready to go. Mexico was late. Yo, no, Mexico had a delay. Mexico had a delay. Am I doing a meetup? I got to. Well, I'm going to be at DreamCon, but maybe I got to coordinate something. I got to see how I can set it up. Tyler said, "How tall am I? 5'11". How am I doing? Fatigued. I took a nap between the Spain and Portugal game for maybe about, I want to say 40 some minutes, and that gave me a kick of energy. So there's that. But outside of that, who do I have? Egypt or Australia? Funny enough, I got Egypt. I have Egypt, but I'll be live for only the first half for that game. I'll be live only for the first half of that game. Matt said, "How's my health?" and not just physically. I gotta go to the doctor. Truly, I gotta go to the doctor. Truly, so I guess I have to find out. I just got my my new insurance card, so I gotta go over there. So there's that. I guess I'll have to find out. I guess I'll have to find out if I'm dying. But one way or another, we advance here. We're waiting for the second half to get started. What sports did I play in high school? Football and track. I should have played basketball. I should have played basketball. But I ran track and I played football. American football. American football. In fact, funny enough, I went to my parents' house and I was able to go find a old newspaper from when I was playing in college. An old newspaper from when I was playing in college. So this was actually pretty cool to see. And this was my very first college game when we went on the road. I wore 85. My first college game. This is of a first game going into the first game of my sophomore year. We went to Ohio for the first game, and they put these on our water bottles in our hotel room. So that was pretty cool. So this was the newspaper when I was in there. My sophomore year of high school of college, September 5th, 2013. So that was pretty cool. If you could see over here, this is in practice. Yeah, so that is me. That is me. And I still have it till this day. I thought that was pretty cool. Here on the roster? Yes, I am. Oh no, this is my opponent. Good stuff. Good stuff. Favorite comedian? Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal. A very, very, very convenient there. Alfred State College, upstate New York. I played wide receiver. I was nothing special. I was nothing special by any means. My college career, 4 catches, 34 yards. I had 3 first downs. I never scored. So I was nothing special. I was nothing special. But I am part of the 6% of high school players who went on to go play in college. So I can definitely feel good about that. But that's pretty much it. The BW3 commercial on Telemundo had the bull speaking English and dude throwing nuggies in his mouth, speaking Spanish. The World Cup rules. Jet Black said 2013 feels like 1993. Crazy. Bro, the fact that, how can I put this into context? The 90s is the distance between now and 1996 is 30 years, right? If you were in 1996, 30 years prior, Martin Luther King would be alive. That's how fucked up time is. That's how fucked up time is. 9/11, there's adults who never experienced 9/11. They couldn't tell you where they were. They couldn't tell you what the aftermath was. If they happened to be in a different state, they couldn't tell you what was going through their mind. Time is wild, you know? Time is wild. Bro said you graduated in 03. Crazy. Might have said 2013 was the year you pledged your fraternity as a junior. Like, it's funny when you try to contextualize, you know, time, because I'll watch like some videos, like old videos. Like sometimes I'll watch some stuff on like the mafia and stuff, and I'll watch videos of surveillance tapes of the 1980s. Maybe even news reports of the Gambino family and John Gotti and everything of that nature, right? And I'll watch in those videos of them just surveilling the streets. And there's like old women, old men who are clearly in like their 70s and their 80s, some of them in their 60s. Like, this is 1988, if you will. If you're in your 70s at this age, bro, you were born in 1910. Your parents were from the 19th century. Like, my grandmother was born in 1924, right? She was 70 when I was born. Her mother was born in the 19th century. Like, I didn't come from one of those families where it was just a bunch of like young parents. So there were people who I met when I was a kid who were born in like 1895, if you will, because I had a couple of people who were at my church who had passed the 100th century mark. And I, not vividly, but passingly remember some of them. Wild. Do I believe Wilt scored 100 points? Yes, because the radio call is on YouTube. The transcript is still out there. And people who were there, albeit they're dying off, there's only a few that remain, but Wilt 110% scored 100, because you also have to consider why in 1962 would the media anoint a black man at that with this mythical 100 points. Why would you do that during Jim Crow? Makes no sense, right? Albeit if there was a person who you'd want it to be, it would be Wilt. But that being said, the radio call is still there. They still have the official sheets and everything. Television has gotten so, it's such a staple of our society now. There's more people who are alive that have had color TV their whole life than people who haven't. So it's inconceivable to imagine there was a game that wasn't taped and on national television that you don't have footage of. But that was a thing. So whenever you happen to see like old footage of like the 1930s, you're like, well, how do you have this on camera, but you don't have that on camera? But there's so many moments that actually aren't on camera, but you don't question those. It's just because this was such a monumentous moment. You kind of, you discount that. There is a radio broadcast. They do have the radio broadcast. It's still out there. They do have the radio broadcast. It's out there. 1205 for life for 205 on it said, speaking of which, what do I think was the best year for music for you is 2006. I'm not a big music head, so I'm the wrong person to give you an answer there. But summer 2003 was pretty cool for me, but that was primarily because Get Rich or Die Trying. I was listening to that a ton when I was a kid. I had no business listening to it, but my brother happened to have the CD, And we used to have the Walkman, if you will, the CD player with the worst over-the-head headphones, and just listen to the CD on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You can't even watch any of the many of the first Super Bowls because they wiped the tapes. Yeah, you have to pretty much, put people who taped it on not even VHS at the particular time. I forget what they would have to have it. Oh no, I think it would be VHS. It would be VHS because I have a copy of the Ten Commandments from 1958 or 68. One of it's either the 50s or the 60s. I think it's the 60s, but that's on VHS. But there's a possibility that may have just been a retaping or something of that nature. So there's that as well. (1999 to 2007). Also, the 80s had a very great decade of music as well. JVB said, I got my associate's degree from Alfred State. I mentioned it on another stream that I completed associate. Yes, I got my associate's degree from Alfred State. I was supposed to go get my undergrad, but then shout out to my Professor Rhodes, my business law professor, had pulled me to the side like, yo, have you ever considered entertainment? My response was like, yo, you calling me stupid, fam? I got to be in your class. You trying to make it seem as if I'm not good enough to finish school? What part of the game is this? He was like, nah, you do a lot of subtle things that are absolutely hilarious. I think you should, really consider going into entertainment. So I said, I'll think about it. He said, yeah, just think it over. And I went to my back to my dorm, and I sat there on my bed for 2 hours in silence in the darkness and just running through my entire life. Like, yo, the one conduit that I've always had that's consistent, the common denominator was I've always been funny, at every single stage, from elementary, pre-K into kindergarten to elementary to junior high to high school and then into college. Never really gave it thought that that's a possible career path. So I said, interesting. You know what? You might be right. Ultimately went and changed everything to where I'm like, yo, can I switch this so that I can graduate with the associates in 2 years instead of staying for, 4 years? And then they were like, well, you might just have to do one more semester just to pick up this class because I don't have enough credits. So I said, I bet I'll do that, and finished and graduated in December of 2014. My father would like me to go back, but because it's despite the fact they've seen the degree, it's like it doesn't register that college can be less than 4 years. So they're like, you didn't finish, but you did finish. So it's very weird. But I don't think I'd ever go back unless I have like fuck you money. But it's already too late for me now. Because the idea was like, if I could get fuck you money by the time I'm 25 to 28, I would go and try to walk on like the University of Miami or one of these other schools just to try to go play football for one more season. I 100% probably would mess around and get cut, but I just want to have one season to be on campus and just be in college and actually do it the douchebag way this time around. So there's that. But nonetheless, second half is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Second half is underway. King said, do I think that the Portugal and Croatia match is the most intense match of the World Cup that didn't go to penalties? I think so. All right. Here comes Switzerland. Oh, damn, the first shot is denied. Oh, they're going to get another shot. There it is. Oh, my God, he's got it. He's got it again. Switzerland with an early goal. We're not even a minute into the second half. And Ndoye just put it right past Zidane's son, who is an absolute shameful performance, shameful, representation of his father's blood, who was at one point the best in the world. Unfortunately for him, he's nothing more than a nepotism-riddled loser. That's a very harsh indictment, but one way or another, he is certainly not putting forth a very good performance here at the World Cup. One way or another, it's another goal there for the Swiss, and they've taken out their slices of cheese again. Make sure you go grab your favorite showcases of dairy. Take out that Swiss. Look for the gaps. Once again, there's holes inside of Algeria, and they're going to make sure Switzerland's Netherlands national team is going to fill them. This time, it came off the foot of Ndoye with a Good Lord. They are getting embarrassed out here. Not even 60 seconds into this second half, and the Swiss Army knives continue to take out their favorite form of weapon and stab and stab and stab and stab and stab right into Algeria's defense. It's a 2-0 lead for the Swiss. They cooking. They are cooking. Golly. You've got to be kidding me, fam. Somebody's going to have to go and step up because this is very bad. This is very bad. Continuing to cook. Absolutely. Continuing to cook. It's a 2-0 lead for the Swiss. You want to visit Switzerland one day? You said it looked pretty nice. Me too. I'd love to go. I'd love to go. I think it'd be a good time. The Swiss are not winners of their group for no reason. They're not winners of their group for no reason. Algeria's struggling here. You'll be there in October. Oh, wow. How cool is that? All right. Here comes Switzerland. Here comes Algeria back the other way. Can they answer? Good pass. Oh, my God. A denial there for Algeria, and it's going to be going the other way. Oh, that's so disappointing there. Algeria had a legitimate opportunity. All right. Here comes Switzerland. All right. Here comes Switzerland. All right. All right. Oh my God, he's got it. Switzerland with the score. Jesus Christ. Somebody got to tell Algeria to wake the fuck up. Somebody got to tell Algeria to wake the fuck up. They are getting cooked right now. They are getting cooked right now. Xander, go ahead to sleep. You get yourself a great night of sleep. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you tuning into the stream. Deity said, nah, how far ahead am I? You have to set me back 20 seconds. My bad, dog. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, cause I'm watching on antenna. So perhaps I am, ahead by a decent amount. Cause I'm with antenna, I'm pretty much, in real time, if you will, as the broadcast is going. It's going to be a foul. It's going the other way. Wait, how the... Algeria getting cooked right now. What channel? Because you have antenna. You could go on Fox. You can go on Fox. or can go on Fox or on Telemundo. On Fox or on Telemundo.
Gotcha, bitch.
And go ahead,
Samtra is
gonna
now
send that one out
following.
there. Yeah, but Telemundo certainly can help. You go over to Telemundo. I think it's what 47, depending on which where you're located. The Ghana Colombia game will be fire. Indeed, it will. Colombia is my dark horse to go all the way. Colombia is my dark horse to go all the way. But there's only a few African teams that's going to be remaining. In fact, now that I think about it, bro, Ghana, Cape Verde, Egypt, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Egypt, Cape Verde, Ghana, if none of them can advance, Morocco is going to be the only one. Damn. That's brutal. But I predict Egypt will be the African team to go and get a W. So we'll see. Need a time check? That'd be great. Tough job, but keep up the work. Yeah, they're now at the 53rd minute. I'll usually do it periodically, but I guess I got to be a bit more consistent all the way through there. But yeah, fella, you got to turn your volume up. All right. 2017, 9 years, JVB. All right. There is Swiss still trying here to maybe extend their lead. Algeria is really fighting from behind. Algeria is really fighting from behind. The Italian coach said something stupid about the African teams. Now look where they at now, though. Well, that is true, but then unfortunately for the African teams, now you just need somebody to advance past the round of 32. Well, Switzerland just took a fall. Mexico versus Portugal final. It's all fixed. Portugal to win. I think for the plot, Portugal winning would be awesome. Egypt could struggle against Argentina, though. No, but Egypt is playing against Australia. Cape Verde is playing against Argentina. Oh, you're talking about potentially in the next round. In the next round, Argentina would take on Egypt or Australia. Yeah, but I don't think either of them. Argentina, the game has to be played regardless. The game has to be played. That being said, I really think the only team that can give Argentina trouble is Colombia. I think the only team that can give Argentina trouble is Colombia. I think Argentina, for all intents and purposes, will be cruising to the semifinals. But the game has to be played. Period. The game still has to be played. But I think they're going to be cruising to the semifinals. I would be shocked if they struggle, let alone stumble. I just think that the FIFA pooling was terrible because in the bottom bracket, Argentina, all of the better teams, they weren't even around to have like later matches in the round of 16 or maybe even in the quarterfinals at that. There was a bunch of early matchups at the middle and the top bracket. There's going to be an out over here. We're now at the 56th minute of this game. Brazil's not in trouble. Well, Brazil, the thing is right now for Brazil, they're going to take on Norway. And funny enough, I think they can get Norway because Norway's defense was very lax in their game against the Ivory Coast, right? That was a game in which they could have potentially lost. I think Japan, I don't want to say got lucky because they earned it, but they were able to go get that goal off a virtuoso performance there from Susano, who got that great steal, and then pretty much dribbled his way to take a magnificent shot and just got it in to the goal. But that being said, I think Brazil can go and take care of Norway as long as they don't fall asleep on defense, right? Then from there, they would end up meeting probably England or Mexico. So we'll see. Ivory Coast could have definitely took that game. Indeed. Indeed. Oh my God, Switzerland again. Great fucking pass. Switzerland's in position. Here comes Vargas. Vargas on the dribble. Oh my God, he just missed his man, bro. He just fucking missed his man. How the fuck does Vargas miss that pass, bro? How does Vargas miss that pass, bro? Oh my God. I don't even know if he was actually trying to pass. I think he might have just been trying to shoot. That was the easiest setup for a goal right there for Switzerland. Vargas was right there in position and he completely overshot it. Embolo was right there. Oh, this man is apoplectic. Embolo almost got his second score. Almost got his second score. Space said, am I watching Haiti in the next CONCACAF tournament? Yes. I would believe that's the Gold Cup next year. So they come back out. Well, it's always in the States. So if they're on the East Coast rather than the West Coast, I'll pull up. But then even if they're on, the West Coast, I think it should be something that's relatively affordable to make happen. And then now that my parents are certainly in their retirement, definitely can travel to go and make that happen. Everything else is kind of set in stone for all intents and purposes. I have the house now, the foundation and everything is set. So literally the whole idea over the course of the next couple of years is just make enough bread to be able to knock out the mortgage. There's no need for me to do anything else. So the focus and foundation is set. So I should be able to go and do those things without worrying. Did I see the Brazil fan hugging Japanese fans to show respect? That's good to know. The box out there from the Swiss is going to go the other way. The Algerian fans are just kind of waiting. They it seems like they know the writing is on the wall. Not too much noise is being made by the Algerians. And the tough thing when you're trailing in a game, there's not too much excitement that's there. It's just straight up angst. So you don't really be hearing noise that's being made. You're trailing like 2-0. It's brutal. Like when I went to the Haiti and Brazil game, once Brazil was up 3-0 at halftime, bro, the second half, the energy for the Haitians was kind of just sapped. Like early on, there was noise that was being made. And then after when they scored, it's like, oh my God, bro, we're already kind of defeated. Now, some folks would scream and stuff, but the Morocco game, it was on fire the entire time because you felt like you still had a chance. It was 3-2. Here comes Switzerland. Oh, a denial here is going to end up being a corner for the Swiss. I don't know if you, Turkey, you thought they could have won a couple of games. I think even if they had won a couple of games, they were getting packed in the round of 32. There were just some teams that you knew that weren't going to make much advancement. Here we go. Rodriguez is going to hang it up there for the header, and he just overshot it. This is going the other way. It will be Algeria ball. It will be Algeria ball. Oh, shit. It done past 12 o'clock. I didn't even peep. Of course it would be past 12 o'clock at this time. All right. Oh, wow. What do you know? That damn video got over 100,000 views. It might end up getting pushed to 1 million. So we'll see. I knew it was good to have that one get posted. We'll see how that reaction does. Funny thing about this with social media, there's going to be people who like you. There's going to be people who hate you. You just got to be able to be prepared for either one. All right, Algeria. Oh, my God, a denial there. They're going to try to see if they can split the difference. Nothing's there. They're going back the other way. That makes me wonder if I put it on Twitter, we run into the same issue. I'll put it on Twitter. Let's see what they say.
Why do we not see this replay? Why do we not? Why do we not?
Gonna be a throw in here for the Swiss. Fuzz and Mike. No, that's not fuzz hair. This is gray hair. This is gray hair. I'm old. All right. I'm old. This all gray hair. Ain't no fuzz. This gray hair. I'm really albeit I always fight back to the unk allegations. I'm unk out here. I'm unk out here. It's kind of interesting when Paraguay eliminated Germany. Yes, that was a very, very shocking, turn of events that happened over there. Nobody really saw that one coming. Nobody really saw that one coming. Portugal needs to fix that midfield before they play Spain, being dominated by 40-year-old Modric and 30-year-old Kovacic is crazy. Croatia certainly made a whole lot of surges late. We are at the 63rd minute, approaching what will be the hydration break in a couple of minutes here. Algeria struggling to move this ball down the field here. I look like I'd be 25 or something. It's just, if I wanted to do the Just for Men thing, I can, but I don't want to be that guy. I always didn't mind having a little bit of salt and pepper. When I was younger, I'm like, man, if my hair goes bald, I'm going bald. If my hair goes gray, I'm going gray. All right, here's oh boy, Vargas just got fucking blasted. They're gonna end up, there's gonna be a corner here for Switzerland. There's gonna be a corner here for Switzerland. Good saves by Portugal's keeper. Yeah, Santos is a good player. All right, Vargas. What do you got? Vargas failed on his last opportunity to set up a goal for Mbola. Oh, yeah, that ball is off the line. You got to set that ball on the line. What an eye from the official. He's still not really on the line, high key. But Vargas is going to have another opportunity here on the corner. Let's see if he can set up a header. No, they can't. What the fuck? This man just jumped on his back. You can't do that shit. The hell was that? Rodriguez just jumped on that man back. That's crazy. You got a feeling you got grays in your beard. People confuse it all the time. Yeah, I got where is it? There's a gray in here. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's a gray that's right here. This is my favorite gray, and then I got a couple that are in there. I don't lose my mind about it. I know there's some people who get very self-conscious. Women get very self-conscious with their gray hairs. I'm like, you better embrace it. Ain't nothing wrong with age. It's a privilege to get old. It's a privilege to age. And then furthermore, you ain't in our 30s. We have gray hairs. It's not that big of a deal. 9 out of 10 people don't give a fuck about your damn appearance. They won't even remember they saw you. Please stop getting in your head about shit. All right, Algeria, can you get somebody into position? No, you can't. It's going the other way. The stadium in Mexico City be a huge advantage for Mexico against England, the high altitude, not just the altitude. Also, I was saying this literally all World Cup long. You know how long these people been waiting to have an opportunity to host a World Cup game? There are Mexican fans that, just like New York Knicks fans, they don't mind spending all night outside your hotel room screaming so you can't sleep. We saw the clips. The Mexican fans did it to the Ecuador team. They literally stayed outside the hotel, made noise until what, 3 a.m.? before the authorities finally shut them down. But best believe the authorities let it rock for a minute. Like, all right, yo, y'all got until 2:30, and then I'm gonna see if I could just. I'm just gonna wait till my supervisor recognizes that I'm within the proximity, and then I gotta shut you down. So you got until 2:30. We're gonna look the other way. Once we get past 2:30, we're gonna let the supervisor know we're caught in traffic. But the moment they make their way down here, y'all gotta shut it down. All right, so it's 2:47. You probably gonna get on the loud. You're gonna be making as much noise as you possibly can. You screaming and shit. Folks is not gonna be able to go to sleep. And all right, yo, we gotta shut it down. We gotta shut it down. At that point, now you gotta wake up in the morning at maybe 8. You only got 5 hours of sleep. Hence why the Ecuadorians at the hydration break were motherfuckers was exhausted. You didn't get very good sleep. Best believe England's gonna experience the same thing. So when you have a home field advantage, that's what it's supposed to entail. That's the stuff that's supposed to, give you that experience, if you will. By the way,
6-7
is the time on the clock.
6-7
We got 5 more seconds until it changes.
6-7
We're going to run it back one more time.
6-7
We're now in the 68th minute. We're now in the 68th minute of this game. How do I feel about Oba and Brock? Oba better get that W in an incredibly physical match. Sorry. Bear Witness said when COVID hit, you found out all your favorite celebrities had gray hair. Stop playing. Yeah, too often, people. I still got this fucking itch. Spiders is definitely striking me. You can't convince me the spiders are not striking me. Son. Weird itch on my leg. But yeah, a lot of folks try to go and mask it. And for whatever reason, and Amy, I don't know if maybe you can give me an answer for why women continually, lie to each other and act shocked that people age. It's like, wow, this person who's 40, man, you look like you're not a day over 20. No, just let's not lie. I know you want to compliment somebody, but let's not lie. You look amazing for 40. You appear to be somebody who's 30. You don't look 20. And then all of a sudden, there's a ton of makeup or there's treatment that was taking place there. So now you're 45. You look 45. You look great for 45, but you look 45. That's an insult. But you look your age. Never said you were ugly. You just look it. All right. So women confuse you too. You don't understand it. Yeah, it's Denisha. Exactly. It's one of those things. I'm just like, I don't understand. I understand why there would be hysteria around the age 30 because if we're all, understanding the science of it and the biology of it, being born with the amount of eggs that you'll ever have, you understand that geriatric, pregnancy begins at 35, albeit with modern medicine, more women are having healthy babies in their 40s than they ever have. That being said, that doesn't change the fact that the risks increase after 35. So naturally, you would have that biological clock from when you make it to that particular time, that hysteria would kick in if you wanted to go and have a family. 110%. That being said, you got folks who in like 38 talking about, yeah, man, I got all of the time in the world. What? You don't. Like, is it possible? Yes. But there's no guarantees. It's like with hand sanitizer. Takes out 99% of germs. Why can't they put the 100? Because it's not 100. It's like condoms protect for all intents and purposes, 90%, 95%. But it can break. Can't happen. That being said, on the flip side, maybe you don't get pregnant because you waited too long. Let's not act like it doesn't exist. Why do we act like, I don't know. I'm not saying you got to. You ain't got to go out there and just, we're going outside to get cracked. That's not what you got to do all throughout your 20s. But let's not act like you wait too long you don't open the door to potentially not have the opportunity. Now, albeit you want to make sure you're with the right person, but don't just, I'm going situationship my way for 15 years of my adulthood. Now that I'm in my mid 30s and I had nothing but bad experiences because I willfully made a decision to go and date some of the worst possible options under the sun. Now all of a sudden it's a guarantee I'm going to find a Prince Charming who's going to give me the life I've always deserved. It's not how life works. All right, we've made it past the hydration break here. We're at the 72nd minute. It's like maybe it's too much logic. I don't know. Yeah, we're getting off track. Maybe we're getting off track. Wait. Yeah, we got to get back on track. We're here for the World Cup. Switzerland dominating Algeria here. We've seen a few dominations of games, France and Sweden, Mexico and Ecuador. Earlier today, Spain and Austria, and then now Switzerland and Algeria. All that being said, Senegal had a 2-goal lead up until the 86th minute, and things absolutely flipped. So there's a possibility that could happen here as well. So please do not get it twisted. This game is not over yet, although it appears to be. Do you cash out, or is Algeria going to score a goal? Crazier things have happened. Who's my dream sponsor? Which sponsorship is my dream? Dream sponsorship? Oh, I don't think I ever gave that any thought. Oh, Switzerland denied. Wow, how did they get a save there? That's incredible. How the hell did they get a save there? That is incredible. How the fuck did they get a save there? Zidane's son with a spectacular save. How did that happen? I'll watch One Piece after the World Cup. Then I can make my way over to the graveside to go watch One Piece. Also, I got the it's back. It's over here. I showed it yesterday, but I got this sweet ramen bowl. So I'm gonna go get some ramen, or I should say the ramen that I have inside the pantry. Because the unknown Adonis brought me a pack of ramen Friendsgiving in November, 3 weeks before he passed, and I still have it. So first ramen that I'll have in there is the ramen that he brought me, and I'll go to the gravesite so we can watch One Piece. And every episode from now until the end of the show, I will watch from the grave. So there is that. So that gives you your answer. Yeah, they are live in Canada, in Vancouver. So in Vancouver, because it's on the west side, and it's just above Washington, they're probably looking at 9:35 p.m. So we're now across the 75th minute. We're entering into the 76th minute of this game. Switzerland dominating Algeria here. And here comes Switzerland again going on a run. There's no way the Swiss is this much faster than Algeria, bro. Every single time they own the move, it just seemed like they're completely outrunning them. Like two different worlds on display here. Watching One Piece on stream? No. For one, I don't have the partnership to be able to do that. Like somebody like Speed can do that. I can't. They would ban me immediately. Now I know that Mr. Beast said he was watching like Naruto all while he was making those long YouTube videos. But I already know how social media is for me. I can't take that chance. All right, Algeria trying to see if they can find a seam here. Algeria on the move, just an overshot there on that attempt. Overshot attempt there on that attempt. Nothing there for them. Dodgers gave out one-piece hats today. I may be going to a Mets game on the 31st. They're giving out a Spider-Man t-shirt to the first 15,000 fans. And for whatever reason, I guess across the MLB, they're giving out gifts of like cartoons and anime all month long. I wonder why that is. Before the knockout stage, New Zealand team was a snooze fest. You can't lie. Oh, the official going and excoriating that man over there. As we're now in the 77th minute here, the walls are closing in on Algeria. They're going to need something to ignite a potential comeback. All right, you got to go on a run here. Switzerland, once again, incredibly speedy. They're just going to go back and reset. Could Lukaku pull out a miracle against the USA? You have USA to win that game? Hey, listen, I would love to see the US go and get that W. But, man, Belgium was playing very well. All right. Ndoye on the outside, he scored that second goal damn near 60 seconds into the second half earlier. Switzerland looking for a hole here. Too much on the pass. No, they were actually able to go and reset. Vargas fell asleep. Vargas absolutely fell asleep there and did not notice the ball was right in front of him. Oh, pardon me. No, that was Okafor who fell asleep. My apologies. That was Okafor who fell asleep over there. Zanka? Is that how it'd be pronounced? Because it's an X. I think he also went to go pass him the ball, but then didn't peep. That man is limping heavily. There's a push. It's going to be Switzerland ball. Oh, I think that man needs a substitution. I think he needs a substitution. He's struggling to walk. I think he's struggling to walk. He needs a substitution. Is that Rafik Belgali? He's struggling to walk right here. Limping very heavy. Here's the pass. Nothing's there for him. Wow, they end up passing that out in a terrible strike. I don't know what that was. A terrible strike from Mbolo. Ricky said, when this live end, you're going to sleep? Shit, me too. Algeria needs a goal. They need some hope and a substitution. And now they're finally going to get it. Algeria getting ready to get a substitution right now. Their final one of this game is coming up. But once again, Switzerland going on the attack here. Pretty much at this point, they're playing with 10 men. Yeah, they're playing with 10 men at this point because this man's absolutely limping all over the place. Yeah, he's limping. He's struggling. He's really hurting. He's really hurting. Switzerland should go and take advantage if they really wanted to. They're going to have to wait for that next dead ball situation to at least try to go get a stop. Yeah, Bengali is. Oh, now he's trying to move. Oh my God! How the fuck does Switzerland not score? How the fuck does Switzerland not score? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Switzerland really not. Switzerland. How the fuck does Switzerland not score? How does Switzerland not score? Now you can get your substitution. Switzerland, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. You ought to be a fucking ashamed of yourself, bro. How the fuck don't you score? How the fuck don't you score? You're literally all alone. You're literally all alone. Magnificent recovery right there from Zidane. But how the fuck does Switzerland not score, bro? You have to score in this situation. Weak-ass, lackadaisical kick there from Reeder. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Fabian Reeder with a weak-ass fucking kick. You've got to be kidding me, bro. You've got to be kidding me. Emperor said Mbappe's been impressive for France. Indeed, he has been impressive for France. He has been impressive for France.
قول الصوارم كي تسترد المظالم كيليان ديكتادور كيليان ديكتادور كيليان ديكتادور كيليان ديكتادor Kylian Mbappé, Kylian dictador, el que manda en el campo, el hombre de fe. Kylian Mbappé, Kylian dictador, si yo pido el trono yo ya lo tomé. Kylian Mbappé, Kylian dictador.
Strike was good. Great play by the keeper. No, he got to put some more. He got to put some more oomph on the kick. But it's a hell of a damn play from the keeper. Absolutely. I'm not going to take anything away from the keeper, but he's got to put a more oomph on the strike there. Embolo coming off the Embolo coming off the pitch here. That's one of those where it's harder to miss. All right, let's see what they got over here. Algeria trying to see if they can go and clear this out. Oh, great tackle there from Swiss. Oh, they're going to blow that whistle. Rodriguez tackle attempt. We'll have them going back the other way. We're now approaching the 83rd minute of this game. Wendell and Eric had decided to watch soccer. Oh, you tuned in to go watch the game? Nice. Are they making it in Spanish? No idea. Well, then again, it kind of makes sense. He plays at Real Madrid now, so that's probably where everything started. But I think it actually began in France for PSG. All right, Switzerland once again cutting off Algeria. That's going to get cleared out by Kobel. Algeria trying right now to go and advance. Nothing is there for them. Nothing is there for them. And it's going to go out of bounds again. It's going to go out of bounds again. Wasn't sure if I wanted to check out the cup. Oh, yeah, I've been live for most of the, well, all of the knockout stage, but a small amount of the group stage. But I knew for the knockout round, I'd be live for most of them. Yeah, Switzerland just taking their sweet time right now. They're going to have to go and get a substitution over here. We're now at the 85th minute. Look at the Algerian fans just bored out of their mind. Upset that they spent so much money to come out here to watch their team do nothing. Am I planning on seeing the new Spider-Man movie? Well, yes. Well, actually, what day does it come out? What day does the new Spider-Man movie come out? Ah, there's a whistle. July 31st. Oh, okay. Nice. Maybe I'll see it on July 31st after the Mets game. Maybe I'll see it instead of the Mets game. All right, Algeria. All right, Algeria. Let's see if you could get on the board. The curse of the 86th minute. Can it work in the favor of Africa? No, it can't. Wait, yes, it can. Oh, substitution coming in right now for Switzerland. Substitution coming in right now. Oh, no, pardon me, for Switzerland. Do I think Japan has a good team in the future? They have a plan for, what is it, 30-year plan? All right, here we go. They're going to give it to... Whose possession are they going to give it to? Algeria coming out. No, they're going to give it to Algeria. Now at the 86th minute, Switzerland is not going to allow the curse of the 86th minute to work in the favor of Algeria for a very first time. Instead, let's see if Algeria is able to do something here rather than remain dominated all day. Poots in the building. What's going on? Poots is in the house. Algeria is next after the Congo and Senegal, Ivory Coast, and South Africa to find themselves going inside of that Death Note. Swing pass there for Algeria. Let's see if Algeria can do something to get themselves on the board. Oh, and it's going to be a denial. Another denial here. Oh, they wanted a flag for offsides. They wanted a flag for offside. Very delayed flags for offsides we've gotten all tournament long. Yeah, he was way up. Bro, there was 2 people offsides, bro. There were 2 people offsides. Surrey 8 said, what part of the game is this? Yeah, I've been enjoying that, huh? Can't wait for college and NFL season. Stay tuned. We're now at the 88th minute. We're now at the 88th minute of this game. All of the momentum on the side of Switzerland. They are 90 seconds away, and I think at best we're going to get 4 minutes of extra time.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Verted Heart rated my
Verted Heart is
stream with
raiding
2
with a party of
viewers.
2. Shout out to Verted Heart. Sending in a raid here. Algeria is falling. They can't get up. Indeed, they can't. Emperor said, you agree with me? You don't see Norway as dangerous as some people do? Because they really like Holland, which they should. But Norway's defense, not really the best here. Spider-Man versus the Hulk will be peak. Algeria in complete control of getting ready to get on that L train because Switzerland absolutely cooking them. Here's a last-ditch effort here for Algeria. We're approaching the 90th minute, and Switzerland once again taking it away. Another foul call. Look at the Swiss fans. Swiss fans on their feet. They making noise right now. 6 minutes added time. 6 minutes is crazy. Emperor said it's coming. Oh? Nothing's there. Zidane's going to have to send that out. Algeria once again trying to advance here. There's another pass. Do they have somebody there? Yes, they do. All right, Algeria, at least try to leave here on the board. Vance was trying to showcase maneuvers. Nothing was there for him. Nothing was there for him. Saxophones are getting louder and louder. Indeed, they are. Algeria in absolute trouble. Algeria in absolute trouble. Oh, look at the Swiss. Must be cool to be in that section right there for the Swiss. Oh, and they just called the foul, too. It's going to be a yellow card. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was going to be a yellow card. It's not. They actually didn't take the card out.
Gotcha, bitch.
J Smith 440 is now following.
Shit. 91st and a half minute. We've got 4.5 minutes left to go here in this game. Absolute domination from the Swiss all game. Very unfortunate situation for Algeria. Unable to find an answer. Here's another opportunity. Great touch. Great touch inside the box there. Can Algeria get themselves on the board? Oh, another denial. Are they going to try to recover? No, they can't. That ball is loose. One of them hit the deck. There's the whistle. I wonder who they're going to give it to. It will be Swiss ball. The Swiss is locked in. Liquid Gold said, whole time I've been Haitian. You say that like that's been something that was hidden. Egypt is the last hope. You got Egypt, you got Cape Verde, and you got Ghana. All three are still alive, but Algeria appears to be going home. They would have to score literally right now, run back to the middle of the field, and score again. Algeria once again on the cross. They're going to send that out to Musa. Musa with that pass inside. Back over to Musa. Musa on the outside, going to give a pass to absolutely nobody. Yeah, Algeria is completely out of chemistry. No idea what it is that they're doing. The crowd is disheveled. I don't think we've seen Algerian fans without their hands on their head this entire game. We've been seeing Algerian fans like this, like this, like this. Just absolutely disheveled the entire game. Disheveled the entire game. They are stressed. Incredibly stressed. We're now going to get to and the referee this time around is going to be very strict with that whistle. I can't envision a circumstance where we get actually past the 6th minute of this extra time. We're not going to get the 6th minute of this extra time. We've got 2 more minutes remaining. We're not getting past that 6th minute. Liquid Gold said, players ready to get on the plane back home, indeed. That's going to be a corner. Good challenge right there for Algeria. Oh, no, it's not a corner. Instead, it will be their ball. 90 seconds left to go here. For Algeria, at least just try to get yourself on the board. Advance this ball as fast as you can and just at least try to leave with some points on the board. Let's see if they got anything. There's going to be a throw in here for Algeria. Another whistle. The whistle for? What happened? Is it a change of decision? I don't know what that whistle was for, but now we're down to the final minute. All right, Algeria. There's a pass in there. Algeria, oh, they tried to see if they can make a play on it. They knew they couldn't get it right there, and here we go. More haram ball. More haram ball. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. This game is all but finished. Let's see if Switzerland wants to end this in dramatic fashion. I don't think they want to. Let's see if Switzerland wants to end this in dramatic fashion. They're going to open up the door here, possibly add another goal. Yeah, he didn't want to. They didn't want to. There's going to be a save there from Zidane. They didn't want to score. They didn't want to score. They didn't want to score. Just go ahead and blow that whistle. Okafor had a clear shot. He didn't want to. There's that final whistle. This game is over. Congratulations to Switzerland. They got themselves that W. I told you we wasn't going to go a second over the 6-minute mark. They made sure to say, hey, man, this is packed up. Y'all got to go home. Y'all definitely can't stay here. Congratulations to the Swiss. They got the job done and told Algeria to go make sure you could book your flight back to Africa because, unfortunately, tonight, before you get on the plane, you're going to have to get aboard the train. But your ride would be short-lived because you've arrived at Elimination Station and you go somewhere different. Your failures of being able to overcome the Swiss, your failures of being the next African team to advance to the round of 16, consider your names written down in the Death Note, because your dreams of hoisting up that World Cup trophy has been absolutely deleted.
There's only one thing left to do. Gotta write their names in the Death Note. Delete! Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Delete!
Here it comes! A little going away present for you!
Delete!
You will rest in peace.
Delete confirm.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
I hear the Shadow Realm's lovely this time of year. Let's find out if it's true!
You are who we thought you were, and tonight,
Some of them going to sleep. Fuck that!
I appreciate y'all tuning into the doggone stream. It's time for me to get some sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Egypt and the Egypt taking on Australia. I'll be live for only the first half of that game, and then we'll follow that up with Argentina, Cape Verde, and then ultimately in the evening, Colombia taking on Ghana. I will see you guys then. As always, have a good night. Eddie, take us out. I burped the same time I was saying Eddie. Eddie, take us out.
Good night. Suck my dick. Bye-bye.